good evening.
Good evening
Good
too.
afternoon here. Yeah, I'm so sorry. You know what? Today has been so busy
Okay.
because I work full time in one language school downtown, and then I had two Brazilian students. One is taking his test on Saturday, IELTS test, and she was asking me, like more practice. And I was like, I overlooked because I had my class from I had 3:30 to 4:30, and I was not able to see your message right away. Like I was waiting this morning and after lunch, and I said, "Oh, probably she's not taking the test because the review or the class because I was waiting for your Skype ID." And
Oh yes, I was looking for my name on the Skype and I couldn't find because to me it's just Mariana Mota, like I showed you in the on the picture.
yeah.
But I asked to a friend to call me and to see my name, and she saw that was Mariana Cantillo Mota. And I
Ah.
need to do this today at night here.
Oh, okay. So I said
It
like
was
probably.
not just to it was not just to see when I look at my Skype it's just Mariana Mota, but I was not sure that was just this, and I
Okay.
was checking,
Yeah. So
but it's
anyway.
okay, we are together now, no
Okay.
problem, it happens.
Yeah. So anyway, Mariana, have you taken any IELTS like review?
Yeah, I I I didn't I
Yeah, because you know what? I changed my
include.
phone. I changed my
Oh, okay.
phone. So meaning everything, we're not like every message or all the
Oh,
messages
no
that I
problem.
receive, it's gone.
Let me have my results to
Yeah.
send to you. I don't remember. I know that my overall was 6.0,
And you need
but let me check.
6.5, right?
Yeah, my listening was 5.5. My reading was 7. My writing was 5.5, and my speaking was 6.5.
Okay. The listening, the reading was okay because you got 7. That's really good.
Yeah,
The speaking is 6.5, did you say?
yeah.
Yeah, at least, well, okay, if you apply for a student visa here, 6.5 is already okay, but to be on the safe side, 7 or above, meaning 7 or higher. And what about the listening? Did you get 6?
Listening. No, 5.5.
Okay, okay. This is one thing that you need to work on, the listening,
Yeah.
especially. Okay.
Listen and writing. Writing I was 5.5 too.
Yeah, listening and writing. Okay. So anyway, did you take any review before taking the test?
What kind of review?
Like IELTS review. Have you
Uh,
taken like before you take?
no, no.
No.
I was having class here. We have some courses from IELTS here. I live in Fortaleza, in Brazil, and we have a specific classes for IELTS, and I was having this class. I was studying on the whole semester. I think so. I don't remember how long I was studying, but I was having. I think 4 hours per week, and I was listening many YouTubes and many channels about this. I was very uh,
Focus?
yes. And now, but I did this in December, and now I'm not doing this. I'm like just having my words isn't just in Portuguese. Sometimes I read something in English, but just this. So I think that in December I was better than now, and I'm worried about that.
Okay. So are you applying for a student visa or express entry?
Student visa.
Okay.
I want to try the STS. Do you know
STS.
this one?
No, no, no.
This
What
one,
is?
it's a kind of visa for student, but we need to have the 6.5, and we have shortly, the time is shortly to have the answer. They answer in 20 days, I think so. I don't remember the exact days, but it's less than 1 month to have the visa because I want to start my course in January. To my course, I can do the Duolingo, and I was trying the Duolingo. I got 100, and I need to have 110. So I
Yeah.
think that it's not a problem, and I can try it in September. But for my visa, this kind of visa, this SDS, I need Juliana, that is our
Consultant?
yeah, our consultant, and she said that there is a kind of visa that I need this 6.5 to apply, and it's faster
Overall 6 point.
overall. Yeah,
Yeah.
overall.
Um,
So I need to do the IELTS again just for the visa. So I will start my application. At really, I started yesterday, and I will do again my Duolingo to have my 110. I think so, 105, something like
no,
that.
110. You need 110.
Yeah, and then I need the 6.5 to my visa to can go until January because the classes starts on January.
Okay, because the class
Okay.
starts in January.
Yeah, the regular we have the regular visa, student visa, like Juliana says this for me and my husband.
Said this to me. Said this
Said
to
this
me.
to me. And it takes like 2 or 5 months, depends the period. And we don't have time to wait. So I want to try this another kind, but I want to apply the traditional kind of visa before I take my IELTS. If this go fast, I think I can go ahead.
Okay, so have you a book for the test?
Yes, it's October 2.
Okay, October 2. So you still have more than a month, 1.5
Yeah,
to prepare.
yeah,
Okay, so anyway, since you already took some classes or review classes in IELTS, you already know the overview of this.
yeah.
So meaning, of course, like I don't exactly know like what they really require. Like I know that most schools they require 6.5 overall, but they also have the specific band score that they require for each component. So, for example, your listening is 5.5, but I think they require 6.5, especially for listening. And writing, I think it's okay to get 6. I think reading, I think 6 as well, and then speaking should be 6.5. So I think you only need to work on your writing. Speaking, I think you are. I would say that you can get actually 7 for your speaking because you can express well. You know, you can express yourself. The only thing that you need to polish up, like grammar, like tenses, prepositions, things like those, especially the use of to and for. This is a very common, like kind of like problem among you guys because I think to and for are the same in Portuguese.
Yeah.
For example, instead of Juliana said to me and my husband, so it should be two, it's not four. But you sometimes use like not only you but many actually Brazilians will use four instead of two. So probably later I will give you some grammar homework that focuses on the two and the four because
Okay.
yeah, okay. And of course I will give you some homework where you can start doing the writing because this is one of the lowest. And what's the difficulty actually in the writing? What do you think is your weakness? Which part of the writing is your weakness?
I think that sometimes I forget some vocabulary. I use like important, important, important. I don't have too much vocabulary and some mistakes. And everybody that lives in a place, we think how we live. So I think in Portuguese.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Okay.
I when we finish our class, I will speak in Portuguese with my family. So it's automatically. So I write like in Portuguese. The sentences are bigger than in English. In English are shorter, and especially in IELTS. I don't remember exactly how was the writing, but I remember that was a very long writing, and I studied about each paragraph. I like to prepare before which theme I will write in each one, but sometimes it was more and more words, and sometimes I don't have too much vocabulary in English. I think that if it was in Portuguese, it was too much easy to write, even because I am teacher, so
Mm-hmm.
write is not a problem for me, but it's not my language.
Yeah, 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 I understand. And one thing, you're taking the academic, and task one of the academic module of IELTS is interpretation or description of, any information that is given through bar graphs, process, charts, and everything like that. And of course, you really need to have this practice. You should be able to use vocabulary or words or correct expression to use. Now, since writing is your one of your weaknesses, I want to show you. Okay, no, not that one. Yeah, I don't want
Some
to.
words sometimes I forget how to write. Like in my on Sunday I did a Duolingo, and I was writing which which one, and I was not remembering if it was an H in the middle of the word.
Okay.
It's not very common for me, but I need to practice.
Yes, 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 yes. So I want to show you one example. Just give me a second. One example of a writing task one especially. Sometimes you don't really need to use, advanced or complicated or hyperloading words to get good marks in writing. Being able to hit all the points, meaning you are able to develop and organize your ideas into one good composition. That's one of the most important things that you have to keep in mind when you are actually doing the task one, especially because this is description or interpretation of something that is given through a graph or a table or a process. Unlike the essay, you are expressing your own ideas, your point of view about a certain topic given, for example. And since you got 5.5, it's kind of like, I know it's not something ideal because at least you have to have six. But of course, I usually tell my participants to aim higher than what is required, especially when you apply for immigration. Although with immigration, you will be taking the general module, but it's always better, it's always an advantage to get 7 or above. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah. But anyway, first you come here to, how do you call this one? To be a student first, right? And what course are you going to take, by the way?
I was trying last year. I was applying for a PhD, but I was not approved. So right now I will try a MBA, and then I because it's not just sorry,
It's okay.
it's not just IELTS that I need to take. I need to take also the GMAT. I don't know if you know this kind
The
of test.
GMAT, yeah, the GMAT,
GMAT,
yeah.
and I was not good in GMAT, and I think that this GMAT was my point of the it was not good for my well
What do you
I don't
mean?
know how to explain, on my application to my PhD, the first point was IELTS and GMAT. And IELTS they required 6.5, but it was preferred 7, and I was 6. And GMAT I was very far from the points that they asked me. So I think that this was the point. So I decided to start doing going back on my career, doing the MBA, going to Canada, and when I if I can have the visa to be not an immigrant like a Canadian. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know how can I
Like
say
permanent resident.
yeah, resident.
Yeah.
So I can apply again for a PhD,
Mm-hmm.
and I can pay less, and
Yeah.
I can have many advantages.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now I'm applying for a MBA.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So this
but
is
if I have 7, I can use this for a PhD next year
yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it can be used for 2 years.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. The expiry or the shelf life of IELTS is for 2 years. And of course, yes, you will still be able to use this within this 2 year period, you know. Okay, so if you look at my screen right now, this is one example of task one. Okay, and well, in most cases, you get something like this, just a chart, bar graph, for example. So of course, you have 20 minutes. Were you able to write those tasks when you were taking the test within the time constraint, within the time period that was given to you? You think you were
Yeah.
able? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because for example, in taking the IELTS, it's not only a test of your language ability in English, but it's also a test of your time management. Your
Yeah.
number one enemy here is the time constraint.
I think that the time is very short in the reading.
Yes, because
Or writing is okay.
it's for an hour, and you have to do everything like read the directions very carefully. You have to read the questions, and it's given per set. And then you know what? You don't have time to read 3,000 to 5 or 2,500 to 3,000 words in 1 hour. So you have to have a technique. But anyway, you got 7. So I think it was not bad. You got 7 in your reading. But of course, again, it all depends on the set of tests that
Yeah.
that will be given in the actual exam. You can get something easy, something average, or something difficult. But anyway, whether it's easy, average, difficult, you have to apply the same techniques, you know? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, anyway, if you look at this one, okay, so it says here the chart gives information on the percentage or percentages of women. This should be in the plural form. Okay. Of women going into higher education in 5 countries for the years 1980 and 2015. So meaning 35 years gap. Okay, so 35 years. Can you hear me well? Can you
Yeah.
hear? Yeah, okay. So summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features. So you focus on this, main features, okay? Um, and make comparisons where relevant. So comparisons, okay? You focus on this. So given, and of course, you know that you only at least 150 words or a little bit over. You only have 20 minutes. You don't need to you don't need to write 200 words. You don't need to write, if it's not really necessary, you don't need to write 180 words. 150 and a little bit over is okay. And of course, in
How
this,
many? Can you repeat?
okay, so for example, you don't really need to write 180 or 200 or 250 for task one. 150 or a little bit over is okay. The most important thing is that you will be able to hit all the points. You are able to give precise interpretation or description of what is given. And okay, so for example, if you look at this model answer, it's only 164 words. Okay, and this is I would say, very ideal length of writing, uh, like composition for task one. Okay, so if you look at this, it says female school leavers going into higher education. So probably master degree, MBA, yeah, doctorate degree, okay, or something else. So there are 5 countries here. We have the UK, the USA, Australia, South Korea, and France. And of course, you have to focus on the legends. So blue means 1980, and amber color or orange color, it's 2015. Okay. So these are the things that you have to pay attention. So sometimes people think that, how can I give an interpretation to this bar graph? Okay, so if you look at the first paragraph, okay, it says here the bar graph, bar chart shows. So there are other words that you can use other than the word show or shows. You can use either indicates, depicts, illustrates. These words have similar meaning. So you can either use any of them, because most rater would say, okay, these test takers use the same words like show, or indicate, instead of using the pics, which is, uncommon to use by many test takers, or sometimes illustrates. You can use any of this. Okay, so if you look at the first, can you please read the first paragraph,
Sure.
Mariana?
The bar chart shows the percentage of females entering higher education in the years 1980 and 2015. The chart shows indicate, deceit,
The
or
depicts
illustrate
depicts
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 or illustrate the percentage in 5 countries: the UK, the USA, Australia, South Korea, and France. Overall, the proportion of women
women.
in the higher education increased in the 5 countries.
Okay, so see, this is your introduction, and raters do not want you to copy, what is given here. So if you look at the model answer, women, it use females. Okay, instead of you using shows, you can use other words. Now, what about the word increase? Can you think of other words that we can use instead of increase?
Can I use a verb? Going up?
Okay,
No.
went up,
Went up?
because it's past tense, right? Okay.
Yeah. Increased. Yeah.
Okay, and it increased, went up, anything else? Yeah, this one is a verb, and you can use also a noun. So you have to rephrase, right? So went up, what else? Uh, can you think? Increase, went up. And you can also use sometimes, adjective if you are describing a noun, like increase, or there was kind of like a sharp increase in something. So you can also use went up, or you can also use the word rose,
So,
just like the flower, but this one is the past tense of the word rise. You know what is rise? Went up
yeah.
too. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can use, those words to replace the word increase. Went up, rose in the 5 countries. Increase or went up, rose in those 5 countries. Okay, so anyway, what about the second paragraph? Can you please read?
In general, there were more female students in 2015 than in 1980, with more than half of women in higher education in all of countries apart from South Korea. In 4 of the countries, the percentage of
Women.
women, sorry, going into higher education rose, increased, or went up.
Yes. Okay, so those are the words. But do you think it's true that there were more female students in 2015 than in 1980 based on like here.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, right? Because you can see the level, and you can, yeah. Uh, they were indicated by percentages. Okay, so that's your second paragraph. Okay, the third or the last one. Can you please read?
The most dramatic change is in South Korea, where the percentage
Doubled.
doubled from 15% to 30%.
Okay, so this one is very obvious. Okay, so there was a dramatic change here because if you look at this, it's kind of like 15%, but then in 2015 it went up to 30%, meaning it doubled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, just like charger here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so please continue.
The smallest change was seen in France, where the number increased only from 15% to 54%.
So this is France, like in 1980 it was already 50%, and then 35 years after
But
only.
I think that this information is wrong because Australia was the smallest change, no?
Okay, no, France where the number okay, the smallest change was seen in France where the number increased only from 50% to 54. So let's focus on here, on this place, country. but
Okay.
but do you think it's true?
This increase, yes. No, but
Like France from 50 to
okay.
54,
Yeah.
so only 4% more, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so continue please.
The only country in which there was not an increase was Australia. Although the percentage of Australia women going into higher education remained the same at 58%. This was the highest in 1980 and equal highest with the USA in 2015.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he considered that Australia was not increased, so
Yeah.
France was the smallest change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think it was accurate? The interpretation uh, here is
Yeah.
accurate? Yeah. So if you look at this example, this model answer with 164 words, and it gave this accurate interpretation. And if you look at this, the words used, there's nothing advanced or complex here, but this will get between, a band score between 8.5 to 9. So what do you think? Like, can you do something like this, for example, Mariana, with more practice?
Yes,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
too much practice because, like I said to you, the 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 phrases are very short. It's not like I write
Yeah,
my
because
laptop.
this is what another thing that you have to keep in mind. The way you write in Portuguese, for
Yeah.
example, something like this, you use a lot of commas, like to divide
Yeah.
sentences.
Yeah.
Divide sentences. And in English, if this style of writing, we call this run on sentences. Run on. So meaning when you have run on sentences in English, okay? Probably in Portuguese it's okay because this is the style that you probably learn from, let's say, from the time that you were asked to start writing, for example. And you have to also do the correct punctuation. By the way, who was your examiner in the speaking? A Brazilian or native speaker?
I think that he was a native.
Uh-huh. In the even in the speaking, you mean native speaker also? Native speak.
I did online, so I don't know, but I suppose that he was a native. I did it on last
On
year. It was not happen a presential exam,
you
you
mean
know?
even the speaking?
Yeah,
You did online too?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Because before the pandemic, yeah, you can do it online on the computer based, but you still have to go to a test center to meet, your
yeah. My
examiner.
next test will be computer based, and I think the lesson is in another schedule. Like the whole test is on the morning, and the lesson is on afternoon.
Oh, no, you mean the written test is in the morning and usually the speaking test is in the afternoon.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know if will happen with online on the computer, but it's on the place that I booked.
Mm.
For coincidence is for coincidence is it is where I work, because I work at in the university that where happens the test.
Aha, okay. So it's a test center. This
Yeah, yeah,
university. Okay,
yeah,
so the university where you work is also a test center.
yeah. But
Ah.
I didn't know before I looking for this test.
Ah,
It's a
okay,
very
okay.
big university.
Okay, okay, okay. So what courses do you teach?
I teach business.
Oh, business. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And you work till evening.
Yeah, because we have class on evenings.
Okay. So what time do you start work in the morning?
Depends the day.
It
Tomorrow I
depends
start
on the
at
day.
8.
It depends
Depends on the
on.
day. Tomorrow I start on at 8 a.m.
Oh my goodness. So you have this class at 9 to 10, for example. Then okay, yeah. Okay, so this is one example of the writing task one. And if you look at this, it's not actually something complicated, but it's just how you organize your thoughts. The words used are common or familiar, and how you punctuate. Proper punctuation, especially if your examiner or the rater of your writing is someone who is a native speaker. Of course, probably they expect us to follow the style of writing in English. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luisa, do you know if the organization of my writing it matters for them because yeah.
Yeah, because okay, these are the criteria, okay, in the
Oh
writing.
yeah.
Okay, so they follow certain criteria. So one
If
is your
I start to writing something and then go back to the beginning,
no, no,
and
no.
but I write everything okay with no mistakes, so I will lose lose points.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the criteria would be, of course, one is vocabulary, and that includes the spelling of words. Okay, so vocabulary meaning they don't want you to use a word over and over. That's why I gave some
Okay.
examples here, like instead of
Yeah.
using the word. So you have to think of words that can be a synonymous to probably a word that you want to use again. So instead of using women, you can use females. Instead of using women or females, you can use female students. At least you vary, right? So vocabulary, don't use a word over and over. They don't like that, okay? Because this is a measurement of your vocabulary or, you know, phrases or expressions that you know, okay? That's one, including spelling. Of course, one of the criteria is organization of your ideas. How organized are you? So it's not jumping from one thing to another. They don't like that as well. This one is actually very straightforward, especially task one. Very straightforward. All you need to do is to give interpretation of what you see in the information, okay? So vocabulary, organization of your ideas, and the mechanics of writing, and of course, this includes punctuation marks. Yeah, correct punctuation. Are you using commas effectively? Are you using your periods correctly? Are you using, for example, semicolon correctly and everything like that? And with the
No.
vocabulary, they also consider how you use linkers, like however, consequently, something like that, like moreover, in addition. These are transition words or linkers, and they want to see some of those. Although here, if you look at this, there aren't any of those transition words, you know oh, except this one, like overall.
Yeah,
Overall, yeah, okay, but it doesn't really use any
we
of
can
the.
find anyone.
Pardon me.
We cannot find anyone.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Anymore.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, you can. It's also good if you are able to use those transition words or linkers. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Do you
any.
do you can you indicate me any like podcast, something to me to hear
Well,
to train?
yeah. Okay. So actually, I don't have any specific podcast that you can actually
No?
listen to these transition words. But of course, on YouTube there are some, and I can give you a list of those transition words as well that you can use. Okay, I will send you
Okay.
some of those.
No, not about the transition words, but about the IELTS.
Like what do you mean? Like what do you exactly mean? Like, oh,
I sometimes I like to run every Tuesday and Thursdays, and I like to hear
listen,
something, listen
listen
something
to.
to, yes, to learn and to study.
Okay, I
And
will.
I was looking for something about writing, and like we are saying that my point of be better is my writing. I'm looking for something about this to listen. If you can indicate me, I think that will be good. But if
Okay,
you don't know
try.
anything, I
I
can
will
find
try
it.
to look for a podcast or probably a video that can help you with those transition words. I will
Okay.
try. I will try. Okay. Okay, so anyway, this is already task one, and well, it's very common. Probably in your task one, you were able to give some interpretation, but probably the rater of your writing was not really satisfied. It's because again, uh, I don't know the style. I still have to evaluate your writing, and I will give you a writing task later, so that you can start doing it and send it to me for marking so that I can like kind of like help you how to develop it better you know
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so probably I'll show you another one, which is probably model 2. um I have them earlier. Where are they now? Because there's this one lady actually. Okay, let me see this one. That's 2 model. She's taking the test. Okay, here on Saturday. So she was very anxious and I said, relax. Okay, so look at
It's
this.
like a dream to read. Then the score is 8 to 9.
Yeah. Okay, so these are model answers for task 2. And, this might be a possible topic in the actual exam when you take. All the model answers or model topics that I will give you, they were already somehow given in the actual exam. Okay, now here is the topic. Okay, the news is an important source of knowledge for all of us about the world, especially in this era of technology. Journalists are mainly responsible to bring this news to us. Okay, sorry, sometimes when you see, okay, to bringing this news to us, but not all of them are true to their responsibilities and ethics. So how much can we trust the journalists, for example, especially journalists and main stream media? So you focus here, okay, when you give your response. So give reasons for your answer and include relevant examples from your own observation, experience, or knowledge. And of course, you only need to write 250 words, okay? So if you look at this model answer, it's only 257. So 7 words over or 7 words extra. Okay. So if you look at the first paragraph, the introductory sentence, or we can say that this is the topic sentence, okay? So in this digital age, the competition in the journalism industry is becoming much fiercer than ever before. Okay, so do you understand the word fiercer?
No,
Okay. Bolder.
I don't know.
You don't know Boulder as well?
So there is a city
In
near
Brazil?
to Colorado. No.
Aha! Okay, in Colorado,
Need
in
to
the
go there.
US?
Yeah.
Okay, so meaning the competition in the journalism industry is becoming much kind of like stronger, more aggressive, bolder.
I know.
Okay, so this one can also be used to mean fiercer. Okay, bolder, more aggressive, fiercer than ever before. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, in order to stay ahead of their counterparts or competitors, okay, some journalists may report the news which they did not even double check. This is really happening now. They don't even double check, or even if it was just probably fabricated. Okay.
Yeah.
What is more or worse is it? What is more? Okay, or worse, it is still possible for some journalists to make clickbait news to attract attention from the public, which
What is
and
clickbait?
well, it's like it's a way of wait 1 second. It's a way of getting the attention. So meaning they give you like titles that are very catchy.
Okay.
Yeah, catchy to get our attention.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, which enables them to get payback from internet traffic. It's all about money. So sometimes they have to use clickbait news or something very catchy. Okay, therefore, so this one is a transition word. Therefore, how to distinguish reliable information is becoming increasingly vital for us because we cannot rely on or depend on every news we come across on TV, on the internet, or in a newspaper. So, do you understand everything, Mariana?
Now, yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah. But
No.
it's more difficult to understand and to write than the other test that we were reading.
Okay, okay.
It's like
Yeah.
some structure and the phrases are longer with connectors.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So look at this. However, so the writer said, I believe that there are still numerous honest and decent journalists who present the truth to their readers and always have the courage and integrity. There are still some, I believe.
Using another connector, yeah?
Yeah.
However,
Okay. They take
therefore, however,
Yeah, they take their profession as a responsibility to the people and are not scared of any danger and threats to their life. They even take risks and continue doing this tough job to show the truth to the audience or to the readers. Okay, you can also say readers, especially. Okay, so it's public, yeah, to the audience, to the readers, to the public, yeah. But it's because we already use public here, so it's also good to use, audience or reader. Oh, should be E. Okay. Now, such journalists are doing excellent jobs to make the world a better place. Okay. See, in conclusion, you don't always need to say in conclusion to conclude. No. Well, it's still fine. It's still okay, but you don't really need to use this all the time. So in conclusion, it will be better for us if we can do some cross check to make sure that the news we read is reliable or not, because in this day and age, fake news is ubiquitous. Do you know what is ubiquitous?
Yeah.
Okay, is it similar in Portuguese?
No, look like. I can't
Okay.
say.
Well, ubiquitous meaning it's something that is widespread. It's like everywhere. Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, everywhere, or something appearing in any place. So meaning it's widespread. So numerous outstanding journalists are still working to reveal the fact to the ordinary public, but we should not trust every journalist, as not all of them are honest and maintain standards and ethics in their profession. So 250 words. So if I were the rater of this writing, it's between 8 to 8.5, you know? And if you look at this, probably there are some words like this one, it's not very common that, it's used. Ubiquitous to mean, everywhere or widespread. Is there any word? No, right? These are very clickbait. Okay, it's something catchy. Yeah. To get the attention of the public, they will give a title or a name of their article, news article, something very catchy. Sometimes, I don't know if you experience this, Mariana. Like if you're reading something and it's like there's a news.
Well, I can get the meaning.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, yes. So it's something like this, right? Very common words, very familiar words. You don't need to write very, you know, um highfalutin words to be able to get good score in your writing. Yeah. Okay, do you have any question about this one, the first model? So, band scores 8 to 9 or band score 8 to 8.5.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, there's this another model, but you know, I don't recommend you writing 403 words because you only need 250 or a little bit more. Now, in second task of the writing test, you have 40 minutes to do this, right? Okay, it's too long. And it's like similar, but it's too long. I would not suggest this to anyone. Yeah. Okay. So, what else? Your
In
listening.
my first test, I was trying to write more than 400
No,
words.
no. You don't need to, as long as you are able to hit all the points, meaning you are on track. You are
Okay.
not out of the topic, okay? As long as you
Okay.
already have 250 words or more, it's okay because you don't get extra points for extra words. No.
Okay. And
Yeah.
sometimes you can do more mistakes. Yeah.
Exactly. That's the risk, you know?
Yeah.
The more words you write, the more probably the more kind of like risk of getting more mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't
Good
recommend.
news.
Yeah, this one is it's also a good writing, but the thing is it's too long. And there is a part of this writing that, it's kind of like going back to like kind of like going back to something instead of, uh focusing on the topic, but it's kind of like repeating the same idea. So that's the risk. So I would say I would go for model answer 1, which is either 8, 8.5, or 9. Okay, do you have any questions before we continue now? Another,
No. Okay.
okay, another weakness that you said is your listening. What is the challenging part of the listening for you?
The maps.
Aha, sometimes directions or you have to label.
Yeah.
Label. Okay, so one strategy is this. I don't know if your coach, when you were taking the review class before, gave you this kind of like strategy. Okay, the order of the listening, I mean, the order of questions is the same order of information given in the listening. It doesn't jump from one thing to another. The same order. Okay, so what you need to do, especially if it's like a map or like someone is giving a direction, or you need to follow a map and you have to label, you really have to focus. Now, you are given 30 seconds or half a minute to read. You have reading time, right?
Yeah.
And the questions are given per set. For example, the narrator says you have half a minute to read question 1 to 5, questions 1 to 5. So focus on 1 to 5. So you have to look at the instructions, meaning the directions. You have to look at the questions given. Look at the choices if there are. Now, if it's like a table or probably a form, you have to look at the information that was already given so that when the recording plays again, you already know what to listen out for. Okay, for example, another thing that you have to keep in mind, Mariana, is spelling of words. Okay, this is one thing that I notice. It's because, when you misspell a word, you will be marked wrong. They will not consider this. So be careful with your spelling, okay? And then you only have to capitalize the words to be capitalized, like names of people, names of places, names of proper nouns. Okay, so for example, there's this one first name that is given. You have to listen out for a last name. And usually last names or words, some words are spelled out. Did you notice this? They are being
Yeah.
spelled out. So pay attention to those words or names, for example, that are spelled out. This is 99% answer. Being spelled, not all the time, but in most cases, words or names that are spelled out are answers. Okay, so you have to listen and focus. Don't let your mind wander when you are doing the listening, because once you miss a part of the recording, you won't be able to get the correct answer anymore. That's one. Okay, so um, I will try to send you, for example, after our class tonight, I will send you a writing task and then one listening that you can do on YouTube. I will send you. Do you have a printer at home?
I don't. I have in my job.
Oh, okay. I have at work.
I have at work.
Yeah, okay, okay. And can you print your
Yeah.
materials? Yeah, okay.
It's very big.
No, 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 not really. There are only a
Okay.
few like, well, actually the writing you don't need to print because you can type
Okay.
in. But the listening, I really want you to have a copy,
Okay.
and then at the same time you do the listening, so that it will be easier for you. Well, I don't know if you're planning to take the computer-based test or paper-based test. Which one?
Computer based.
Uh-huh, you're taking the computer-based as well. Okay. Yeah, because if you are comfortable using the computer, then it's fine. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, no problem with that. You already tried, so I think it's okay. Because what I usually recommend, especially for those who are not really good at computers, I recommend paper-based tests. Yeah. But I don't know if you already have this. Do you have the paper-based test? Do you need to go to a
No.
test center?
No.
Ah.
Now on October I need to go, but on December it was not possible.
So you can do it online at home.
In December, yes. Now I can't. There
Oh,
are no more online tests like I did in December. In
yeah.
December, I need to show my place with a camera. It was a different kind of test. I don't remember the name. I think that was IELTS Academic Online, like this. But now uh, there is no more this kind of test to book
Okay, okay.
because the places are open.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay.
In December, the places was not able to have classes and was just online. But now we are having presential class and the places are open.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Do you still, can you still do it or not anymore? Are you tired and sleepy now?
No, yes, I think we can have 5 minutes more to complete the hour.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah.
want us to talk about our payment because we didn't talk about this. How can I pay you?
Yeah, it's through
And
PayPal. PayPal.
you we will send me. And
Uh,
I do you prefer I pay each hour each class,
mm-hmm.
or do you prefer that we
Well, most
uh,
most of my students do this like after a class, but whatever is convenient for you. Do you want it right after class or do you want it per week?
I prefer to do per week.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, do you
And
have
you want
time? Do you have time on Saturday? Like 1 to 2 p.m. Brazilian time?
1 to 2 p.m. is very bad time for me because I work at morning and it's the time that I stay with my kids and I start my weekend.
Okay.
I it's not good. I'm planning to on Saturday have time to do my homework. It was my next question because I want to prepare the exercise that we need to prepare for the class. How many exercise I need to do out of the classes, like one or two writings, because I need to know before we are having classes twice a week,
Yeah.
yes, on
Monday and Wednesday, yeah.
Monday and Wednesday. And on Wednesday, I just have time to practice something on Wednesday morning. So if I need to send something to you, I think that you do not have time to correct something and be
Send it
able
back.
to, yeah, send me back on class or before the class.
Mm.
So I want us to talk about this classrooms. No, sorry, the homeworks.
Okay. So every time we have a class, for example, right now, because your weakness is, like writing and listening. So I will give you one writing task, meaning one and two. Okay, one and
Okay,
two. Okay, a
so
set
I
of
will have
writing.
4 writings per week. Yeah,
Pardon me?
I will have more 4 writings per week.
Yeah, so meaning two writing task one and two writing task two.
Okay,
Yeah. So meaning right after I will give you a homework, let's say, and then I will give you also uh, uh, probably two listening tasks that you can do as a homework. And then one reading as well. Okay, and we can do speaking here. Like, I will give you some tasks and then some reading. So, yeah, every time we have a class, I'll have to give you reading, listening, and writing that you can do during your free time. And if you're done, you send it to me so I can mark it for you.
okay,
Okay?
Lucy. I think my days that I can do my homework will be Saturday and Wednesday.
Okay. Okay. No
Okay,
problem. Yeah.
just to let you know about the time that I will send to you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So you
Okay,
just
so
send it
for
to
the
me before the classes start. At
okay,
least a few hours because I also have, like I work full time right now. like in the morning from 8:30 to 2:30 here, 2:30. So 2:30 will be 6:30 in your
Do you call full time 8:30 to 2:30? Yeah.
yeah, that's
Here we
our
call full time when we work the whole day. It's different,
not here because I
like
work in a
8
language
to
school.
5.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but not here. For us, full time usually in a language school is kind of like 5.5 to 6 hours a day.
Oh, nice.
That's for us full time for language teachers like us. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I will send you. There will be some instructions, and I will. So if you have a printer, and if you want to, or if you are not able to print, for example, you can write your answers on a piece of paper. Anyway, you're listening, you see the video on YouTube, like on YouTube, and there will be one exercise that I will also ask you to do in the class, like kind of like a listening for, few minutes.
Okay, and I will send you for your email, for your WhatsApp.
No, here in on Skype, if you can do it on Skype, because usually
Okay,
my WhatsApp is on my phone. And what happened was I changed phone. Oh, it was terrible.
okay, no
Everything
problem.
was changed. I need to move some files, and I'm not really good at doing this. My son has been helping me, and yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Now I will also send you this model answers that we just had, so that more or less you will also get some ideas from it. Like, okay, this is how it should be, something like that.
okay, and you are going to send me by Skype too?
Yeah. Do you, do
Okay.
you do you want me to send you on Skype? Do you think it's better for you?
How do you
Yeah,
prefer?
because right now on my
Just
laptop.
let me know for to me go to look and find my homework. But
Well,
I
actually,
really
right
prefer
now
to.
I don't have my WhatsApp on my laptop yet. I used to have it, but it's because I changed phone. I don't know what happened. It asked for a code and everything like that. I'm still working on it. So
Okay, no problem.
so for now, I'll send all the homework on Skype.
Okay,
And then if I already have my WhatsApp on my laptop, then I can send it to you. It's if you think it's easier, you can see more easily, then I will do that.
okay. Just one more thing. When you um, when you are able, uh, I forgot the word earlier from 9 p.m. You can say me hello, and I think I'll be able like 8:30. For me, it's better. But just say me hello if it's good for you any day. Like
I think on a Friday I'm okay. I mean, no, sorry, on a Monday.
no Monday, okay. But if you know my student will not have class today, if and if you want to put me before or earlier, you can say me hello, and for me it's good because I'm already on computer. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
just
So what would be the earliest time possible? Earliest time on a Monday and Wednesday for
I
you?
think that 8:30 because I'm
Oh,
I'm working, and earliest from this is very early for me. But 8:30 it's good. 8 9 or 8:30 is good.
yeah. So okay, I think 8:30 is possible. Yeah, eight.
On every classes or just on Mondays.
No. I will have to check. Okay, so I have one lady. So 8:30 would be 3:30 here. 4:30, 5:30, 6:30. Yeah, okay. I think both Monday and Wednesday.
Okay, so let's change to
Yeah, let's change
8:30.
it to 8:30
Okay,
to 9:30.
okay, I'll put on my schedule.
Yeah, I will also send this on WhatsApp.
Okay. Do you know your name is very Brazilian?
I know many people already told me that.
Do you? I was thinking that you were Brazilian because Luisa is Brazilian. It's a best friend of my kid, my oldest one.
I don't know. What about the last name? My last name Quintero. Is it also?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because
very.
like if I don't know if you're aware, the Philippines was colonized by Spain for almost 400 years.
Oh,
So
so it's supposed
many,
to be
probably
Spanish.
80% of our names are Spanish,
Oh,
and
so
there are many words in our dialects, even in our national language, which is Filipino. There are many Spanish and sometimes Portuguese words because there are many similar words in Portuguese and Spanish, right?
I know.
Yeah. So there are some words that are also, well, not only Spanish, but sometimes you also use it in Portuguese. Some of my students already said, they told me that, oh, you know what? This word, I know that this is a Filipino word and we also use this. One example is, I don't know if you still use pantalon. Pantalon. Do you know?
Yes, pantalona here.
Meaning jeans or pants?
Yes, like a kind of pants that the legs are very open.
Okay. What about posporo?
Phosphor
You know posporo? The
to
match. Yeah, the match.
yeah,
In English, match.
match.
Match. Like match a game. Like match.
Yeah,
There
yeah,
is a match.
but
Yeah.
here we use match. It's like a very very young and very fashioning now match. Like if do you match him? If some
Uh-huh.
a couple,
Yeah,
if
yeah, yeah.
they are matching. I don't know if in English they use this, but here in Brazil they use very much.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's the same.
Yeah,
Like you match
yeah,
me with someone, for
yeah,
example.
yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, for example, you know somebody and you match me with this person, you are a matchmaker.
Oh, I know. Here they don't use matchmaker, but they use match.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Match me. Okay.
Okay, Luisa. So I put it here in my calendar, my schedule, and I think it's everything okay. It
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
nice to meet you because I was very excited to have my class, and I'm
Yeah.
very excited to have my visa with my 7 on my IELTS.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
after that, will help me.
Yeah, okay. So
I will be very
I
happy.
will send this model answers because these are writing tasks, for example. And then again, I will send you your homework, one set of writing, and another set of listening, and one set of reading as well. And it's all up to you when you want to finish this. Just let me know if you're done. Send them back to me for marking, and I'll see you on Monday. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have
So
time.
have a good weekend.
Oh, you too. Have a nice evening, by the way. I hope you already had your dinner and you are just ready for your uh sleep tonight.
No, I will eat something before. I'm hungry.
Okay.
Bye bye, Luisa.
Bye-bye. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.